Okay, so we have Nancy, please. Welcome.
Thank you. Tēnā koutou, good afternoon. Thanks for allowing me the opportunity to speak today. I'm going to ask you to cast your mind across the harbour to Diamond Harbour, a site of 2,700 square metres called 2M Waipapa Ave, and this land is on the annual plan list of sites for disposal or for sale. And I'd like to request that it be removed from the list for disposal. I start with its physical features. I'm a landscape architect. This is how I think. I'm also a resident of Waipapa Ave. I lived at number 6, adjacent to the site for 15 years, and 2 years ago I moved to number 8. People here don't move very far very often. 15 residents live around the site. You'll note it's in a valley. Waipapa Ave is the ridge of the lava flow down Mount Herbert. There's another ridge to the right towards the Bowls Club. And in the middle is a valley, and this site is nestled within the valley in the residence. It's oriented northeast-southwest, so it does get the prevailing wind and the southwest in the storm, so the shelter belts both on the site and adjacent to it are really important. Being a valley, it has a valley floor and a catchment and collects water. There's about 300 square meters of space on that site that is wet all year round underfoot. It's also cold and gets a frost settling in the middle of it. And you'll note that topography-wise, the houses are sitting on a 65-meter contour and the valley is at about 60 and below. So we all sit around it like an amphitheater looking down at this central site. This will help. It is zoned as open space community park. We've always assumed it was a reserve, but it's open space community park and functions as such. So it provides amenity, privacy, shelter, and access. All the neighbours around the site meet around and cross paths, use it as a shortcut. And you'll note also that it has wastewater pipes through the site and also has a long driveway right here. That's a shared right-of-way. It's 100-meter long informal right-of-way for these 5 residents that cannot access their properties off Puro Ave and have always had a driveway off of this site. The property status report indicates that it's adjacent to the commercial area. You'll note that the commercial area is to the north and off. It's about 200 meters away. It also identifies that it's beside parks and recreation. The end of the driveway is, but it's actually quite a sheltered, tucked away private space, obviously surrounded by the medical center and the 15 residents looking into it. This kind of demonstrates that. It's got low vegetation on it, some sycamores, some weeds. The jewel of this site is the bird life. If you had been in our neighborhood at 6:17 this morning, the dawn chorus begins, and the bellbirds, the wax eyes, the fantails. We've recently spotted tuis. It's a treasure that I would not have liked to have shared, but now I have to share with you. It's a pretty special place, and again, it has been assumed to be reserved, but now we've found that it's not, and it is on the list for disposal. I come representing myself, but we have spoken as a community. All 15 neighbors were invited to a meeting. All of them that live locally attended, so 12 of my neighborhood attended and share my presentation to you and my thoughts today. So I can confidently say that it is a shared interest in the community. And I'll take you a little bit through the site. Here's the shared driveway, and to the right is the site, so we're looking south. And this is looking across. There are sycamores, there are these weed pampas species, but there's lots of perch habitat. There's the shelter belt to the right, that's quite critical. This is what it looks like in the valley looking up at the houses around it. It is like a stage. Voices echo. We all apologize to each other for when there is bellowing across the valley because we hear every word. And it's quite a really neat community. The council mows it twice a year. We look after it as well in between. And if you have any further questions, I'd like to request it be removed. It doesn't fit the criteria for disposal. and we would really value it having reserve status, local reserve for biodiversity purposes, and we're very willing to work together as a community with the council to maintain and enhance its biodiversity values. I was hoping to leave time for
One question,
questions.
Tim.
Yeah, thank you. So, and you've really just answered the question I was just about to. So, as a community, because I've got, say, Purea Reserve in my area, which the community that right round it have now taken on board, and with support from the council, but they do the lion's share without doubt. They lead it. So, you're saying rather than say just suddenly dumping it there and then council having to maintain the whole thing,
Yep.
you as a community are really keen to work with the council and take charge.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Cheers.
There is a reserve committee that takes care of a lot of the native area, the reserve areas in the community, and we would like to this to contribute to that.
Nothing like a committee.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's I didn't even know it existed, so now I'll have to.
Don't tell anybody. Thank you.
Okay, so now we've got Phil King, who is joining us on Zoom. Are we not quite here?
Should we do the next one?
Yep. Okay, so while we're waiting for Phil to get online, Kevin Lamb here, please, who come and talk to us, and he's got a presentation for us as well. Thank you very much.